Hey everybody! Oh my goodness, we are back. This is Wheelin and Dealin. I'm your boy DJ Dave Squeaky Wheelz. Yeah, this is another mashup show. So no guest this week. It is again. It's not the easiest thing to keep finding guests consistently for you every single week. I'm doing my very best. Things are starting to open up. There is an energy in the air, a magnetism that I have not felt in a while, a sense of camaraderie, a sense of relief, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot better. We're in the midst of summer. It's a nice Friday. The morning is cascading into the afternoon, so I'm nice and chill. Have my morning coffee. Got my bags all packed. I'm ready to go to the beach and have a nice little weekend getaway with my good friends. It is much needed. I suggest you find something else that gives you joy in life, whatever that may be. Not like I'm a life coach or anything. I just kind of see what I see. So yeah, I don't want to make this intro too long. I just wanted to kind of introduce what I'm going to share with you guys today. Man, there's a fly trap. It's kind of like in my apartment because there's just kind of flies lurking everywhere. I think it's the garbage chute. Whenever you open up the garbage chute, like a bunch of them swarm out and they just kind of make their way around. It's the closest thing to a pet I have right now, and they're a pain in the ass. Whatever. Am I going to talk about flies this whole time? I don't think so. I'm not talking about the news. I'm not talking about anything. I just wanted to have something for you because what I love about these mashup shows is that it allows me to kind of do a little trip down memory lane. I don't realize how many shows I've actually done over the years and how many people I've actually met, and that in itself is just very humbling and I don't know what the word is. It's very enlightening. Let's just say. It, Sometimes when I'm listening to some of these clips, there's a point in time where I could not even get through the first 5 seconds. It's just awful. You always are the worst critic, all those dumb cliches. But legit, I could not get through it. It was just horrendous. So now I can at least listen to them and share them with you guys. I cut them up a little bit. I'll just introduce what I have for you. So the first clip I have is from a karaoke place that we used to perform at when the Comedy Quarry, that's the former comedy club in Windsor that was on Ottawa Street. When that place temporarily closed down, we were doing shows at this little karaoke joint. It was run by a Chinese guy, I believe. Um, Decent food. I don't know. It was. I'm not sure if it's still there anymore. I haven't really checked. But it was a nice little atmosphere. It was a little distracting because there's like legit a disco ball going on, like a bunch of different laser pointers and shit, and all these kind of funky couches. They were very whimsical, let's just say. Um, but I did have a bunch of great times there. Got super shit faced, more times than I can count. And the first clip I'm going to share with you was a very hot night. There was a pretty good crowd there. Johnny P was hosting. He gave me a nice introduction as he always did. And yeah, I'm going to share that one for you because I cut it up a little bit. I told a little story and then I just riffed off the crowd a little bit. Most of these are going to be, I'm going to sprinkle in little bits here and there, but it's mostly just riffing and talking to the crowd and kind of challenging myself in that regard. The next clip I have is from the Blind Owl. It's a monthly show that we used to do in downtown Windsor, and I hope we keep doing that. It's a nice little intimate room. I talk about the little ornaments on the wall. They basically had, if you go, uh, to like a hunter's house and they have like taxidermy. What the fuck is going on outside? Jesus, man, just yelling and shit. Oh my god. I can't even tell you just that some of the crazy shit you hear behind this apartment in this alley, man. It is like it's like the show Cheaters and Steve Wilkos like have their own mashup show. It's just insanity sometimes that you hear. And yeah, even when the Super Bowl was going on this year, there was a couple incidents that I will not get into. Anyways, yeah, that was just. I normally don't let that shit get to me, but that is just irritating as fuck. 'Cause she's always trying to call over the neighborhood cats, and the cats don't want anything to do with her. They're like, get away from me, crazy lady. Even animals know. Isn't it great how animals know when somebody's just out of their mind? They're like, I am not subjecting myself to you. Your energy is just off, dude. That's why I always love dogs and why I always love horses, because they come up and sniff you. And then I don't think it's like the COVID sniffing dogs like they have in the Miami Heat games, but they just know. They can tell by your disposition and by what you're putting out. They're like, all right, this person's fucking wacky. I gotta be careful. For as dumb as they are, they're quite perceptive creatures. Anyways, so the second one was from the Blind Owl. I'm just talking about the atmosphere and, I guess the makeup of the bar. It sucks that this is an audio medium that you guys can't see, but I think you'll get a sense of what the room was like. Then I have the rest of the interview, I guess a little sit down I have with my grandmother. We're just talking about, the people in our lives and like from when I was writing, when I was in high school and where I'm at now, and just the progression that I've seen there. She's, she's doing a little bit better. She had a little bit of a rough Christmas and a couple setbacks here, but I'm happy to say she's doing okay as of right now. So you'll hear some of that. I love the warmth that comes through in that little segment. That's beautiful. Then I had this show where it's called Stand Prov. I think you've seen it. They do different iterations of it where I think there's a YouTube called Stand Up on the Spot. I think Paul Provenza did it, or like they did it at a couple of these other like improv places. So basically you just do a minute or two of your own jokes and then they give you topics and you riff off of that. I'm just going to play the whole set for you just to kind of show how you kind of just are literally sitting there and you have to think quickly on the spot. I didn't do as bad as I thought I was going to do. I went into that show not feeling great, but I got through it just fine, you'll hear. And then the last thing I have, it was a tribute to the owner of the Comedy Quarry, Josh Haddon. We did a little benefit for him when he unfortunately passed away. It's going on 5-6 years ago now. Holy crap. Can't believe it's been that long. But it was around that time, and he had like musicians and a whole little tribute for him. And I just talked to, he had like his family down and a bunch of people from his past. So I just wanted to play a little bit of that for you. I thought it was really, really nice that they did for him, and I was honored to be a part of that. So without further ado, this is Mashup Show numero 2 of Wheelin and Dealin. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, wherever you are. Again, like and subscribe at Dave Squeaky Wheelz, DAVESQUEAKY, Wheelz with a Z, on Instagram. If you're listening to this on YouTube, just hit that like and subscribe button. Every little bit counts. Twitter, D Squeaky Wheelz, and Facebook, just Dave Squeaky Wheelz, just like the Instagram spelling. So without further ado, I bring to you Mashup Show for Wheelin and Dealin. Thank you guys.
Come on, you got this, you can do it. Guys, your special guest is probably one of the longest comics. He rolled his way in to do a special set for us. Please put your hands together for Dave Squeaky Wheelz Robinson. Let's go.
I'll come up. Just get straight the usual.
Keep it going while he lifts his chair like a bus. That's weird.
Can you give me a hand, dude? Yeah.
Keep it going for me while I help him, like his aide.
You really took the special thing literally, right? Like this is. You guys like, oh, really? Oh, that kind of special. Okay. It's that kind of fucking show now. Oh man, give it up, by the way. This is champion. This is my second time being here. Is this place fucking cool? Give a round of applause for everybody that you saw earlier. The staff here is kicking ass. I love this place, man. It's hidden and shit. I fucking love it. This is like where Kim Jong-un brings Dennis Rodman to the party. Stole some of the couches from the Neverland Ranch back there. It's fucking great. Asian screams in the background, but for different reasons and shit. Won't you take me to Funky Town? I know, they're not here, so we can talk about those. We're okay, white people. We're okay. Uniting us. Oh my god. I love how this microphone feels like I'm holding a clown nose that was fucking punctured from earlier. Oh my god. So I'm gonna let you guys into my world a little bit, because you're already here now, so fucking deal with it. Like, here's my problem, right? When you have a disability, you don't realize you have problems until you fucking, the problem occurs, right? Like, I was getting in a car the other day, and I didn't realize every time I get in a car, it looks like I'm kidnapping myself. Like, I didn't even know that. Like, gotta extend my fucking elbow in, do a fucking Muay Thai clench just to get inside the window. It's fucking, like we're trying to move a fucking Sears mannequin. Like, the fucking side of the door. Fucking crazy, man. So let's get like a scope. I'm trying to like get you guys are together. Is that what's going on? Yeah, you guys as well. It's a thing. It's why you're here, just nodding in sequence with each other. Like permission is okay. Like blink once if you want to leave, dude. Just say, I'll help you. Have a fucking extra chair. You know what I'm saying? What was also fucked up is like some of the places I went, because this is actually a story I'm going to tell you guys. A buddy of mine, we went to, you guys heard of the Manchester, another part of the Manchester, downtown, it's still there I think. Buddy of mine, we were going there, my friend Dane, he dressed up as Wolverine, by the way, and he stutters, which is funny because you always want to see Wolverine and the claws shake, you think he has 6 claws and shit, he's stuttering so much, just shaking back and forth because of the vibrations and shit. And then you got me and shit trying to do this fucking awkward high five and shit, trying to cut my hand. So we go to the club, right, and we're having a good time. It's like a bar opening up and shit, so there's excitement, there's the mystification, there's like a mist and like kind of like allure of this whole place, like when the new place opens up. So we're getting drunk, we're getting hammered, we're doing what we gotta do. We're about to leave. It's very important, we're about to leave, and my chair is on. Now, my friend Dane in this story was helping me. He is the hero because he averted a crisis that looked small, but it could have been fucking terrible, right? So he tried, like I'm getting in my chair, he puts my coat on, just trying to zip me up and shit, just so like I'm all flailing around and shit, just like I got into the fucking car earlier. And he's trying to help me put this on. As he's putting it on, he doesn't realize the power is still on my wheelchair. So the sleeve hits the joystick, and out of nowhere I start spinning uncontrollably in the middle of this fucking bar, just like this the whole fucking time, just like 8 or 9 fucking times in the middle of the bar. I made myself dizzy with that. You gotta commit to the bit, you guys. But like, that's going on. Like, my buddy in the middle of this bar has to make this decision. Do I help my friend get his jacket on, or do I stop a fucking rogue chair? It's like a self-driving smart car. You just let that and start fucking control. It's like control. It's like an evil teacup ride. It's fucking crazy. We got it unscathed though. It happened. So in high school, I have what you guys probably know as like it's an educational assistant, aka an EA. And like anything else, people get sick, shit happens. So there's one week in particular where I had 3 different EAs, and all 3 of them were disabled. I'm not making this up. All 3 of them were disabled, trying to fucking outward me. Okay, one was blind, kind of partially blind. Yeah, I know. I brought her in the pool with me the first day. That's probably the wrong move, but it was like a high C and the echoes really fucked her up, I could tell. This one was deaf. Another one, she was deaf. Fucking deaf. How does that work? Okay? Like I'm trying to give her a high five, but she's fucking trying to like put me in the pool again. Like she's trying to help me out. It was bad communication overall, guys, but I got through it. And anyways, let's just keep this going. Here's Johnny P, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Keep doing shows, it's great.
Yeah. Guys, keep it going for Dave Squeaky Wheelz. Come on. If you don't clap his Make-A-Wish, went to nothing. You know how long it takes to collect 7 Dragon Balls? At least a year for them to recharge.
Alright, I'm going to bring up your next comedian. Your next comedian is living proof that comedy is a lot like golf. You do a lot better when you have a handicap. Give it up for Dave Squeaky Wheelz.
Yeah, fuck, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, here, I'll come back. Fucking weird. Never one time I started a show in between 2 fucking tables. This Like, it feels like I'm stuck here and like I'm just gonna be left here for the rest of the night. And you guys are gonna have to figure it out. Like, Andy looks like he could solve some shit that involves physics, so you're gonna be the first one that we're gonna ask. And you look like you deal a lot with people, so you have the patience to deal with this shit, right? You would.
We got you.
It would be a collective effort. I love how we're doing like the show here because as comedians you do a lot of weird shows and a lot of weird bars. This is a really nice bar, but it looks like we as all the comics should not be fucking here right now at all. Like we have business like working at the door and asking people for the money. We shouldn't be fucking performing here. Like it's really highbrow and shit. Like I love the windows. It's like half Persian rug, like half your aunt's house. Like I love it. You got that, like you don't even have real fucking, if you're gonna get like animal heads on the fucking wall, have a real fucking animal head, okay? Like this looks like some paper mache that somebody fucked off and did when they were drunk. Like if you're gonna have a deer, actually have a fucking deer. Like it look, like I'm not supposed to see like the cracks in like the deer's fucking nose, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not supposed to see that right now. It looks like a fucking coat rack, not like an actual animal's head. It's okay. Whose idea was it to come out tonight? Do you guys know anybody that's been up so far? No? You just came here on a fluke? You really don't have much to do on Monday. Like you got, really, what was this like the plan for the night? I'm just asking. I'm genuinely curious. It was? Instagram? You were looking at their pictures, right? Yeah, that's how you figured it out. Sorry, I know that you're probably a nice guy. I know you're probably a nice guy, but the beard makes you look creepy and shit. Like you have problems crossing the border, don't you? Right? Like if you and I were to cross, like we would have to come up with a good fucking excuse, right? Like. You'd have to shave. Exactly. Fuck shaving though, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes like I shaved my head the other day, man. Like sometimes I don't realize the situations that I put myself in by my appearance, because appearance is everything. We judge on appearance. There's nothing wrong with that. But I shaved my head the other day, and this is the product right now, what you're seeing before you. I realized I looked like if Suge Knight and Professor X got in a car accident. Like, it's fucked up, right? I shouldn't have this look, man. Like, I can't actually walk. I can physically fucking walk around, right? And that, you were surprised. But I was... Because your eye, like, your pupils dilated. Like a goldfish, so like just about as a goldfish is gonna die. Like, that was your look. That was your look. It's okay, I'm gonna walk close. I wanna see how far the microphone cord can go. Nope. Okay, it's not. Down, boy. I realize that when I walk, I twerk a little bit too, so we figured that out. Sometimes it's indirect or not indirect. It's okay. What's your name, though? I've talked to you enough and we made eye contact, so now we're doing this.
Me?
Yeah, what's your name?
Abby.
Abby? It's a really nice white girl name. That's really nice. Abby, it's like a white picket fence and shit, and like it's like a fucking pharmaceutical commercial. Abby said this. These are the results that Abby had. Like it's a before and after, and she's all happy. And she's like, oh my god. It causes, and there's like side effects. Side effects cause internal bleeding, like hemorrhaging and shit like that. It's just like, I like you. You're fucking dark and death. She didn't even hesitate. And death. Oh my god.
And remember, you got that teacher put on, said that thing you wrote that you were in high school, and he said this is way beyond what I asked for. You don't remember that? And this is what I said. I don't know why you thought there were so many things that you were interested in and that you were good at, and that why. And
it was
then
the Macbeth one. I compared Macbeth and just the.
Yes,
it was the hero as the archetype that he had to
and
Star Wars.
And this is what I said. And anybody that can, and it was excellent, And this is what I said. And there were so many things that you were good at. And what do you go into university for? You didn't listen to me because I wanted you just to go in for the first year. Just what do you call it? The first.
Undeclared, I did.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't. You put
I did.
For that crappy.
No, I didn't. I did that the second year. The first year I went undeclared.
Well, that was you didn't listen. Well, you're not the only one. None of my kids, Laurie or Julie, neither one listened to me. Because I told Laurie, instead of going down here to take whatever this kids stuff she took. I said, Laura, you need, if you like kids and that, go to teachers college. All you think, and I can still hear her saying that to me down this basement right here. All you think about is money. I said, well, you'll be the one thinking about money when you get up. And who is it that carps about? I'm all my might. There's only me. And I just look at her and I say, you worrying about money now, aren't you?
That's a great impression, by the way. It's
What?
a very, Laura, it's spot on.
And it's the truth. And your mother, hard-headed as hell.
Yeah.
Because she says, she's going in for radio. I said, Julie, you don't know the first thing about radio. You're no good at telling stuff on the radio or anything
I guess it skipped a generation, didn't it?
Yeah, and begged you to do it. That is, and now I can tell you because David, you were so good at it.
Never too late to start.
And well, you know what? You're telling the truth there.
Yeah.
It is never too late to do anything.
No.
And because,
No,
but
it's a lie we tell ourselves so we can't. If we get to a certain age, we can't learn anything new.
Oh, are you kidding? I know. Gloria was in her what? Yeah, Gloria was in her late 30s, almost 40s when she
became a teacher.
No, not a teacher. She was a teacher, but when she got her degree, anyway, when you get your however many marks.
Bachelor's, was it a
bachelor's?
bachelor's?
Her degree, her bachelor's.
So it
degree.
must have been education then.
Well, yeah, well it was because if you had your bachelor's degree or whatever it was, then you got more money.
Yeah.
So that's exactly why she did it, because it bugged her because certain people that were doing the exact same job as her were getting so many more $1,000 than she got.
Yeah.
So that's why she went back and got hers. You know, I can tell you that, yeah, because I used to sit and type her papers for her. Her and Hilda both. I typed a lot of things, and then you upped it.
Yeah, though that used to be a class typing, didn't that? That used to be a class up until a certain year. Like they have typing class.
Oh well, not me. I learned to type when I was in school.
Yeah, kids
I mean,
come out of the womb.
I was a secretary when I came out of school. That's what which was a stupid thing.
How things have changed now. Kids come out of the womb knowing how to work a keyboard.
Well, that's what it is now, and this is what I'm saying. But that was back then. That's how that's how I got along in life back then. And lucky I could do it too. If not, you'd be scrubbing floors.
Yeah.
And I scrubbed floors too when I was a teenager because I wanted to make money, and you had only a couple of ways to make it, and that's to work for it or steal it. So, or somebody give it to you, and I had nobody to give me money, so.
Yeah, no, you had a lot of jobs. You had a ton.
I did because like I said, nobody can they can say a lot of things about me, but I always worked.
No excuses.
I always worked, and I didn't mind working. You know, that was my thing. I never minded working. I've always been an ambitious person, and that's what drives me so crazy now. Is I can't. I want to do it, and I can't. You know, but that's life. You know. I said I guess I'm lucky to have lived because if I live to January, I'll be 88. But that's just life, you know. A lot of people don't live to be 8, you know. So this is what I'm saying. So you have to be grateful for.
Well, yeah, like you
and
said.
Try to do your best and try to make other people happy, you know. And I always like kids. I always like kids around me. Always, I always have. Because before you, Jamie used to be over here an awful lot, you know. Because he wanted to be with Leo. Because his own father was a pain in the ass. And he didn't take him, you know. And so Leo used to take him. He bought him one of those.
What, a tool belt?
Yeah, tool belt, and he had his little tools in there. And Leo let him use the real stuff.
Yeah, didn't he stay here for a couple summers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did 3. Yeah, he stayed here for. Yeah, he lived with me for 2 years. He lived with Leo and I for 2 years. Yeah. 3 almost, but who's counting? Yeah. And but I've always enjoyed kids, you know. And you hope they got something out of it. I'm sure that he did something, you know. Yeah. He was happy here anyhow while he was here.
Well, it's a good place to grow up.
Well, Well, it was because he loved being around Leo. That was what it was. Just like you know, you know. I mean, it's fine for me, but you know, and I know that that Leo was the one that was really on your case because he took you with him all the time. You know that,
Yeah.
and he took Jamie. This is what I'm saying. He would, you know.
Well, I never had a son either, so you know, it's like an official one. So.
Well, he and.
You know, the next best thing.
Well. He was good. He was good to the girls too. You know, that's what he didn't pick favorites. I can say that for him.
No, as fair as you can get, you know, because kids always bitch about, you know this. Not they always do, but if there's a parent that they could tell there's a favoritism towards or nepotism towards, it messes. We were watching Everybody Loves Raymond, and that's the whole. Last night, and that's the whole side story with Robert, is that you know, Raymond's
because
always
his
getting
mother his mother was just
a busybody,
and she did show complete
bias
against Robert, you know, and it's up to him because if you know either you take or you resent her or you you know, and you just make your life not be miserable.
Yeah.
So that's what's in that play, you know.
Yeah, no, that sitcom had a lot of
because
things.
he could have come to hate her, you know.
Yeah, there's a few episodes where he had some choice words for her, I remember.
Oh yeah.
You know, and like he really had moments where he's like, I'm not talking to her anymore.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying, and but there are people that do show favoritism, and that's unfortunate because I don't think that's right either.
No, it's tough to juggle all those personalities too, you know, because every kid's different.
Oh yeah, and every kid thinks that they ought to be that they're the most precious thing that God put breath in, you know, and that's
everybody's favorite topic is himself.
Well, because in our family of all of us, and right till the day he died, we always said Vernon was Ma's favorite.
That was your older brother?
Well, he was the oldest brother, yeah. He was the oldest kid at that time because, Vernon was the old, Vernon was.
Because I know that he fought in the Second War, but what else did he do? Did he have another job, or did he just do?
Well, he was in the army for 14 years. And if he'd have stayed, and I tried to talk, I said, Vernon, you need to stay another 6 and you'll get a full pension. But he was one of the, you know, as I said, everybody that I ever tried to get them to see what I could see, but you know, they didn't. You know, he did anyway. He didn't. He got a. He worked at the places like here in Lodge, and because.
So he was an attendant.
Yeah, and he really liked working with the older people. They loved him, you know, because he was one of those. He was just a nice person. He was when he was home. I mean, as a brother, I couldn't have had a nicer brother. He'd do anything for. He used to iron our shirt, but he'd iron the girls' shirts, our blouses and things back in the days. He was just a kind person.
Can you tell the? I don't want to wrap because I gotta get my shoes on in a minute. Can you tell the Raymond?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Raymond story, or like when he held Raymond Strain up by his collar.
Oh yeah. Because
maybe we'll save that for next time.
I was only 16. I was 16 too.
Oh wow.
Maybe not even 6. Maybe around 14 anyway. Anyway, I was. Go ahead and get ready for the cat day.
Loud and clear, guys. So I believe we got that. Yeah. So you guys know we got another comedian coming up. Yeah, another comedian. That's what we do. More comedians. This next comedian was hit by a car when he was 6. It was a much more interesting story than his actual life. Guys, put your hands together for the fully able Dave Squeaky Wheelz Robinson.
Yay!
Keep going till he's there.
Yay!
Alright, that was a weird fucking intro, because half you guys weren't sure if you had to clap or donate. I can tell. So loosen the fuck up, okay? It's going to be a long 7 minutes. Alright. Stop laughing. I'm a very angry and disabled person, which means I'll yell at you from across the street and you just don't have to help me. That's basically how you solve that problem. Okay. Seriously, you better fucking laugh. I came downstairs, it's fucking cold outside, okay? Like, seriously. Like, I've taken dates and friends to this place. I've been coming in for about 2-3 years now, because I've been open for about 2-3 years now. And there are a lot of steps to get down here, which is very, very tough to handle sometimes, right? So my friend's like, why don't you just take the elevator down? And then I point to this, like, this dude's Jack who's gonna carry me down. I'm like, well, that's the elevator right there. She's like, well, that's not safe. I'm like, bitch, that was the elevator 500 years ago in ancient China. Like, you don't even know. This is a throwback bar. You should know this shit. I also want to address another thing as well, because Johnny was talking about racism for about 5 or 6 minutes, around there. I didn't keep track. It was around that time. He's talking about racism, and you guys and your assholes all shut. Billy comes up, and I come up. We're 2 black comics. Or, actually, no, we're 1.5 mostly. But still. You've had 1.5 black comics, so it's mostly what you're used to, I can tell. So, I don't know. So, like, it's just funny. It's funny to me, like, how there are double standards and, like, stereotypes and shit, you know? Because, like, a lot of times, like, with the English language and shit, that doesn't make sense. It makes sense in, like, a literal sense, but not in every type of sense, right? I mean, not when you use it in different examples. Like, divine intervention is something that's always fascinating me. It's Christmas, around Christmas time. And by the way, I stopped doing Christmas parties this year because every time I went to them, people think I was the child they were supposed to be sponsoring this year. They have, like, pictures and shit, just carrying them around, like, candlelight visuals. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? Fuck off. I heard you say, no us. No us. You can stop, okay? The holiday season's over. Fuck the homeless people. That's what you're fine now. Guys, these are jokes. Seriously, it's not. Okay. Alright, let's get into it. I'm sorry. I get emotional. Dancing with my dad. I don't know my dad. Okay. Alright, so what's after this room? So my dad, now black people can dance. I think I'm pretty much the example for that. Let's go to the next one. That one sucked. Okay. Why I'm so sticky. That's such a thing. Sticky where? Like, first of all, I can get a number of different things. Like, yeah, just fucking, like, put my hands in some syrup and go, like, what did I do? Yeah, like, sticky putty? Like, that's interesting. Why am I so sticky? Why am I so sticky? I think there are a number of reasons as to why. First of all, it's a mystery that we have yet to uncover yet as to why I'm so sticky. Nobody really knows. Only a few people know, and if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Next one, that wasn't good. My hands. You fucking assholes. Seriously. I probably know the person who wrote it. Fuck you. Alright, so here's the thing. So now, I think that if you were to ever to have a surgery, and if there was to ever be a line for surgery, aside from boob jobs, aside from nose replacements, who doesn't want dildo hands? See the preview. The trailer, the preview. This summer, one man, one hand will boldly go where a lot of people have gone before. When she's happy, when she's sad, this summer, you're gonna see dildo hand. He's the man. Next one. Your new doctor. Oh, that's not. There's no real good way to bring that up to a girl, is there? No. Your new cock piercing is infected. To me, if you have a cock piercing, you know it's going to get infected at some point. I'm sorry. Like, you know that going into play. It's like when you have, like, to me, it's like when you're jumping into the Atlantic Ocean. You know there's going to be a fucking shark. You can't be mad when you get bit. You know what I'm saying? Your cock piercing is infected. I want to know what the exam is. It's like you flick it a few times, like it's a fucking light bulb. It hasn't turned on yet. Like, what is that? Is it like a fucking, like, does it look like a really sad mistletoe, like when she's sucking it? Like, is it just there? Okay, I'm standing up, so it didn't work. Just like that. more entertaining for me than you guys. You don't even know. Okay, this is long. I slipped in the shower, and that's how the shampoo bottle went out my ass. You guys are good. It's good. Okay. So, besides dildo hands, second reason as to why you're calling in sick. Like, you can't call, first of all, you call in sick, but you can't call in uncomfortable, right? Like, that's not a thing you can actually do. Like, I'm just uncomfortable. Like, that's not what you can actually do. Could you imagine, like, going to the fucking ER and they have to help you out? Like, there's actual kids with actual problems, and you come up in there and shit, and you're fucking farting bubbles and shit. Like, we've already smelled enough of your ass. We don't need to smell it coming out of your asshole, okay? That's it. It's head and shoulders, not head and asshole. Alright, next one. Oh, I heard the sock off. That seems to be the theme of my slide. Next one. The kind of car I drive. Okay. So people don't know me, clearly. I drive a fucking shitty wheelchair as well. I don't drive a car. Like, I drive a smart car's retarded cousin. That's the kind of fucking wheelchair I drive. Listen. I think the kind of car I drive would be all impact. Like, first of all, the kind of car, because I love Mustangs, like this is Windsor, Detroit, this is Car City, man. It's like a trash car history as well as, cars and bitches, like that's in the trash car history. But as much as more than that. The kind of car I drive would have to be like all wheel, like all shield, like all the shit they make up in those car commercials, and Matthew McConaughey's there for some reason, telling you about he was cool and did it back in the day. That's what I would have in that Matthew car. I like some cool voiceover. Shit. No, I'm not gonna do an impression. Hey, I'm just gonna go, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. This has actually been a lot of fun. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah! Guys, give it up for Squeaky Wheelz. Come on. You might see him in his upcoming web series, Sitter, Texas Ranger.
I'm still here.
Is it walk very much? And there's that show Walker that you did. So, if I remember the rules of the game, because I'm the host, that means it's my time to play again.
Yeah.
We've all done projects in grade school, right? Some of us did book reports. Some of us did reports on our family history, right? Dave did a report on my dream wheelchair. They all do reports.
You can laugh, it's funny.
I'll never forget the second grade, right? I did a whole compare and contrast, between Mussolini and Hitler and my mom. And let me tell you, Mussolini was the meanest, okay?
Good.
And Hitler killed the most people. But neither of them sent people to bed without dessert. You know what I mean? Because they were human in their soul.
All right, one more round of applause for Josh Johnson. Everybody you heard tonight, they were terrific, fantastic. Let's clap. Let's make them know that we were here. And that this wasn't just an awkward little fucking Make-A-Wish session that we're doing. But right on. How's everybody doing tonight? I know. Let's give it up for Josh one more time, just to make it appropriate. I know. I have like a quick Josh story. I might do a couple of jokes and I'll get the fuck off because I know some of you guys are responsible and have work and shit. You know, so already you're like a minority in Windsor. You guys are like the Syrian refugees, but with paychecks. You know what I'm saying? That's not racist. It's kind of accurate. Man, I look at it this way, right? I look at Windsor in two different states: before 8 Mile and after 8 Mile. Like, after 8 Mile, it was like an influx of white dudes who thought they were black. So, pretty much, they were the Syrian refugees before the Syrian refugees came. They were the early migrants, man. Like, whenever people say the Native Americans were here first, white dudes who thought they were black were here first. Some of them were called Elvis, and it's a historical joke. You should all laugh. So I have a quick Josh story for you guys. Guess I'll sit the fuck down because it doesn't really matter. I know it's kind of weird doing this. It feels like I'm kind of telling a child that they're going to go on timeout as I'm fucking speaking. It's like, no, you have to sit down right now. You have to go. Like, Daddy can't keep up with you anymore. He's going to have an aneurysm. You got to fucking sit down. Cholesterol's too high. I don't know. That's my hypothetical child who, if a woman has a kid with me, she's doing all the fucking work. That's all I'm saying. She's like, it's a lot like my sex life. She's doing most of the work. You know, she has to at least participate. All right, so here's yeah. God damn it, fucking Jack Daniels. Fuck you, Jack Daniels. So here's the thing, right? One time, because like this is like one of the first clubs I ever started doing comedy consistently at. I give all the credit in the world to Josh. Josh was interesting. Let's be honest. He was kind of a dick sometimes. He was a great guy. He really was. Like, everybody can be a dick sometimes. You know what I mean? And Josh was certainly that every now and then. But he had good points and he was honest. So you can't really hate on that. But one time there was a comic who was looking for weed. He was a headliner, and the guy's like, "Hey man, where do I go to get like some weed from here? Like I'm trying to get a half bag." And Josh turns to me and he's like, "The black guy in the wheelchair, I think." And I'm like, "That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Like, what a nice compliment." I don't have any fucking weed, but I'm still gonna try and help because of how nice that was. It's like two stereotypes pre-existing. It was like an early version of interracial marriage, but in stereotypes. Another time too, Josh tried to help carry me up the stairs after a show. Oh my god. That was a fucking mistake waiting to happen, so I didn't let him do it. It looked like the Kool-Aid Man was trying to steal a garden gnome. Like, it's like he fucking kidnapped the Travelocci gnome, but there's a black version of that. And shut the fucking music down. Tell them the story. Fuck the music. We can listen to this shit when we're dead. So, no pun. I'm sorry. That was bad. That was a bad taste. Still, whatever. It's in the background. But my point is that Josh cared about the people who was around him. You know, from what I heard, he threw the best parties in high school. And he gave me like a place to work on my material. Like, for instance, like I was doing like a lot of dick jokes when I started. And, I never usually get to laugh, so thank you. But like it was weird because I almost kind of felt guilty because I went to Catholic school. So they said like if you masturbate you'll go blind. And one time that almost actually happened. And like it felt like I was just karate chopping my dick like the whole time. You know? It's like boom, boom, like it's all in the bass. But it's like I was playing Guitar Hero in the incorrect way. Like pressing the green key too much. It's fucked up, right? You know this? Alright. Okay, I think we can move past this. But we're gonna do this together. But like, I don't know. I think that you know, if you want to celebrate somebody's life, I think that Josh is the kind of person who was honest, called a spade. You know, and he called a black person a spade too, which is kind of you know, chink in the armor and this fucking guy waxing your shoe is Asian, but which is kind of fucked up. That didn't have a biggest response, but still. But I don't know. I like I said, one thing I do admire about Josh is that he was honest and he created a scene for all of us, and we wouldn't have a place to go without this bar. So many joints I've smoked. Around the back, like around the perimeter here. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, but I just did. I did a fucking show at a Vapor Lounge, and they just let you smoke on stage there. And it was weird because there's like 2 giant stairs to get in there, like staircases to get in there. So I realized I wouldn't survive the Holocaust because nobody's carrying me up that many fucking stairs, like ever. Like, that many Jews aren't going to help like one black person, you know? It's not the entertainment industry or the NBA Finals. Like, it's not like that. Okay? That was factual and kind of racist, but still. Anyways, I don't know. Give it up for Josh. You know, good job for doing it. I think at least like he brought the community together. He brought all you guys together because let's be honest, this is a weird group of people that are in here right now. Like Jesus Christ, it looks like a fucking Sears ad without like the advertisement. Do you guys work there? Like what the fuck? Yay, Sears, we buy our dishwashers. Like what the fuck? Mine's named Consuela, but still, dishwasher. That's bad. That's bad. Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. We're gonna give it back to other Josh, and we're gonna keep this going. Thank you.